Okay, so this is a tough one for me because I've basically had a week where apologizing and forgiving was on the forefront on all ends, where I wanted an apology and I needed to give forgiveness. But then I also had to give an apology and I didn't want to give it. So let me read you the verses and then we'll break it down. Okay. When Herod realized that he had been outwitted by the Magi, he was furious, and he gave orders to kill all the boys in Bethlehem and its vicinity who were 2 years old and under, in accordance with the time he had learned from the Magi. Then what was said through the prophet Jeremiah was fulfilled. So now he's quoting an Old Testament thing. A voice is heard in Ramah, weeping and great mourning, Rachel weeping for her children and refusing to be comforted because they are no more. Very chipper. Happy Monday. Anyways, Herod was so mad and angry that he had been duped because first of all, you lied to begin with. Why are you overlooking your own wrongs? He lied to the wise men and said, go find Jesus, go find this baby so that I can worship him. That was a total lie. He just wanted to know where this baby was that supposedly is going to turn into a king so he can take care of business. But he can't even see his own flaw. All he can see is that he was duped. And he's so mad about it. And he's so threatened that he makes this crazy law or whatever where he orders every baby boy to be killed who would be in that age range that the wise men told him that Jesus was around. So if they said he was around 18 months, kill him. Between 14 and 20 months or whatever, kill every boy. This is insane. But that's what pride does. His pride led him to make terrible decisions, and a lot of people were hurt. He didn't step back and take a moment and let this being duped moment change him. He didn't reevaluate. He just kept his pride growing, kept it strong, kept using it as his driving force. And I can't imagine all the babies that were killed, all the families that were destroyed. And when he refers to those verses in the Old Testament, and he talks about how pregnant women with children, they will refuse to be comforted. They won't let people come in and say, oh, come on, let's pray about this. This is God's will, and it's okay. They don't want to hear it. They'll kick you out of their house because forget about it. Their son is dead for absolutely no good reason. And I wrote down here, I said, how Herod's pride led to awful things. He didn't let the lesson change him. Hurt often comes from people not backing down, people not taking their hands off and giving up and admitting they're done. And I wrote here too that I've done it too. If Herod had conceded, a lot of lives would have been changed, or they would have at least been better. Hurt could have been avoided. I do not like to back down and admit I'm wrong. I am terrible at it. Even this weekend, this is very trivial, but that just shows how stupid it starts at. Ted and I, we've been renovating the basement. There has been a lot on our shoulders to do and to get done, and we are at our wits' end. And on Saturday, we were doing stuff that pretty much closes out all of our stuff that we had to do. But we weren't even tired physically that day. We were just both tired mentally. And I was fuming at him because I had painted a door and he leaned it up against something to dry, but he leaned it up with the wet side against the stand so that we could paint the other side. I was fuming because I just painted that side. Why are you putting it somewhere where it can get wrecked? Or so was my thinking. And we did this for 4 hours and we hardly spoke because we were both mad at each other. And it's such a stupid little thing. And we actually had Christian music going on at the time. And I remember thinking, Nancy, just go give him a hug. Just give him a hug. Acknowledge you're being dumb. But I couldn't do it. And I even had the thought, boy, the devil must be loving this. He's got a foothold on us. We're bickering over something so stupid as a painted door. And we did not back down. It was not discussed until the next day. And that is just a small example. But it also just shows how even in the small things, I can't let my pride go. And maybe Ted and I would have enjoyed the day more together if we had backed down and admitted our wrong and let that situation change us instead of divide us. So that's where that's at.